You've been wondering if the Galaxy Note 8 is worth it, and today I'm with my boy Kevin the Tech Ninja to answer the questions that you guys have been asking. What's going on, everybody? Andru Edwards here, editor-in-chief of GearLive.com. Again, with Kevin the Tech Ninja. How you doing today?
Doing well, man. Excited to be here in beautiful New York, and we're here for Galaxy Note 8.
That's right.
That's why we're here.
That's right. We're on the rooftop, or not even the rooftop. We're on like the terrace of our hotel here, and we figured a lot of people have questions about the Note 8. A lot of people are excited about the Note 8, but some people just are curious, is it worth it? Is it worth my money? Is it dangerous to buy? So we're here to answer all those questions through a candid conversation. Like I said, Kevin's here with me to talk about this. Be sure to check out Kevin's channel. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below. And also this video will appear on your channel as well. But aside from that, Kevin also has a bunch of videos on the Galaxy Note 8 giving you his opinions. So be sure to check those out. Let's get started with our conversation right now. All right, so the Galaxy Note 8, obviously big phone, flagship for Samsung. The first question on a lot of people's minds who aren't into tech, they're just general consumers, is this phone safe to buy?
We don't know. That's that's the honest question, because when we bought the Note 7, we didn't say this phone wasn't safe to buy.
That's right.
I mean, it took people using it. I mean, I think when you put batteries into anything, it has the ability to blow up. I mean, there were some iPhones that caught on fire too.
Absolutely.
So I mean, anything with a battery can catch on fire. Samsung washing machines caught on fire, for God's sake. Samsung, oh boy. But no, I mean, it's just anything with a battery. But I think Samsung is so scared of this happening again that they put a smaller battery in it. It's a smaller battery than what we saw last year.
Absolutely.
And the S8 had a smaller battery than the year before too. So I think Samsung. You know, they always say like the best time to take a flight is when a plane already crashes, because then they're so secure over it. Like they really pay attention. They dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So that's what I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think same thing. I think they're going to be very overly cautious. Like you said, batteries are smaller. They know what the issue was with the Galaxy Note 7. They had to recall it a couple times. They thought they fixed it, but they've obviously between the past year, they figured out what happened. They're being more cautious with their battery capacities. They don't want, and frankly probably can't afford for that to happen again. That would just destroy their brand. They're not going to do that. So I think, knock on wood, the phone is safe to buy. If you see the phone, if you're interested in the features, I don't think you're going to have any problems picking it up and using it over the course of the next year or two.
Yeah, so what do you think the Galaxy Note 7, the FE, the fan edition, what was the purpose of that coming out right before the release? Was it just to prove to people that their battery, that they figured out the battery tech, or?
I mean, this is my honest opinion on that, because Samsung positions it as, this is the Note for our fans. The people who really liked the Note and had to send it back, we're putting it back out there for you guys, which I think makes really no sense. The one for the fans is the next one. I think, quite honestly, they had to recall millions of devices, and if they just threw them in the garbage, that would be a huge waste. So instead, they have all the chips inside, all the camera modules, the displays, all that stuff worked. It was just the battery. So in order to save money, they just took the battery out and put a better battery that actually would work inside of that device and just rebranded it and sold it so that they wouldn't have to take such a big loss.
I'm a little worried that is exactly what happened.
Yeah. Why are you worried? Why are you worried?
I wouldn't say worried. I'm just saying that's kind of a crappy reason to bring a whole new phone out. Not worried per se, where it's like it worries me, but they should at least give that phone back to the people or whatever. Like, hey, you know what? We fixed it. Whatever. We already refunded you, but here's the phone. Inconvenience. We're Samsung. Are bad. We can eat the loss. I guess
would be interesting.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
instead of, if you're gonna throw it away anyway, why not just fix the battery, send it back? That would be, if you call that the fan edition and did that, that would have been amazing.
Because these are like fans, and you want to retain your fans.
Right.
I mean, people who buy Note devices usually are enthusiasts, and they usually are fans of it. Like people who own Notes versus people who own just the normal S8s or whatever, they're really into their Notes. They're really into it. They didn't just say, oh, I went to Verizon and picked it up. They're like, oh, I like it. I like the pen. Hey, I like because the screen is huge. It's easier on my eyes and things like that. So, I mean, that's the way people are with Notes. People just really are into Notes.
Right, but I mean, devil's advocate, because I like what you just said. I think there's a lot of people who, if Samsung sent them that Note for free, which would be a great goodwill gesture, they wouldn't buy the Note 8. They'd be like, oh, I just got the brand new fan edition. Fantastic. I don't have to buy the next one. That would cannibalize some of the sales. And they really want to get ahead of the iPhone 8.
True, but the people that bought the Note 7, are they buying the Note 8 anyways, though? Like, are people buying phones every year?
Millions.
I'm saying, are people buying phones every year? Like, if you buy, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you already bought a Note 7,
right,
are you going to be buying a Note 8 anyways?
Right.
For average people.
That's a good question.
And since you're getting the phone back, it's like, okay, maybe they won't get you on the Note 8, but that Note 9,
right,
they know that, you know what, Samsung screwed up, but they gave me the phone back and my refund. I'm gonna cop that Note 9.
I'm curious now. Like, if you're watching this out there, leave a comment down below and let us know how often you upgrade your phone. Like, do you do it every year? Do you do it multiple times per year? Do you wait every 2 years? I'm genuinely curious because with all the new, like, the jump plans and like
T-Mobile, man, you can jump whenever you want now.
You can just like upgrade your phone whenever something strikes your fancy. I'm curious how many people actually take advantage of that versus how many people stick with a phone for multiple years. I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah,
guys like us, we're upgrading.
Yeah,
we're
upgrading all the time, but I think people now are starting to see the value of budget phones too.
Oh yeah.
Like the I don't want to say budget, but the $350 phone,
right,
the $400 phones.
Definitely budget versus
the Moto. Yeah,
$1,000.
Yeah. The Moto devices. I mean, people are definitely seeing the advantage of that. I had a friend of mine who always bought flagship phones just because he thought he had to buy a flagship phone, but he had his phone out for repair, and he had a Samsung J something, one of the Samsung J devices. He's like, dude, I like this better than my S6 because S6 was out for. He said, I like it better than my S6. He said it's fine. He said it was $100. He said it was $150 on my contract.
Right.
$150. He says fine. Everything I need to do does it just as fast. He said, why am I paying $800 for a phone right now?
That's
a
good point. I mean, your favorite phone is the OnePlus 5 right now.
OnePlus 5, yeah.
Not the S8, S8 Plus, or whatever. Like, you're carrying a
OnePlus 5.
What would be considered like a $400 phone, right? Like a mid-tier.
That's about, yeah.
And you like it.
Yeah. It's just, there's never a perfect phone. Never a perfect phone. There's always things that are important to different people. And for me, what's important to me is battery life, decent camera,
right,
and stock-like experience. And then there's like the extra special features, you got water resistant charging and stuff like that, whatever. But as long as I have a nice build, it feels good in my hand, decent camera, and I have stock like software, that's it. Like, that's why I love the Pixel so much, man. It was just that's all I want. I mean, the S8 checks all the boxes. They have wireless charging, water resistant, They have so much stuff. I mean, and the Note as well. But for me, they lose it on the software for me every single time because I feel the need.
Yeah. That touch whiz.
Yeah, and I feel the need with every Samsung device I've ever had that after 3 to 4 months, I have to do a hard reset because it just gets slow. And I cannot put my finger on it. Why?
Hard, like a factory reset?
Yes, a factory reset. Wow. And this has been consistent for years for me.
Okay.
And I can't explain why. Whatever, it always happened, but my Pixel, I have not factory reset it one time yet. It is just as fast as the day I bought it.
Okay.
And I definitely think that's software. I don't think it's hardware.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You said decent camera, right? So
yeah, decent camera.
Because some tech enthusiasts are like, look at the sharpness of, like, they're comparing iPhone versus Pixel versus Galaxy, and it's like, those are all great cameras.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this one sucks because this one's... So you're just saying, just give me good pictures, not like I don't need the best.
Because, I mean, as a person that does video and does photography, I have cameras. So if I need to take a better picture, I will take my dedicated camera with me, or I'll take, whatever. I'll take my Sony, big camera. I just want something where if I'm out and about, something strikes my fancy, I want to take my phone, hit a couple buttons, and snap a photo in 3 seconds.
Right.
And I don't want it to look bad.
There you go.
That's all I'm asking.
Speaking of cameras.
Speaking of cameras,
B&H Photo.com. Speaking of cameras, the Galaxy Note 8, first phone in the history of the world to have a dual camera system with optical image stabilization on both lenses.
Yeah.
Now, the iPhone 8 will most likely have that as well, but technically, Samsung's dropping first, right? What do you think about that? That was my favorite feature of the day.
It's actually huge. Like, I take it for granted until I got the OnePlus where it doesn't have that on 4K, and you can really see the difference as far as video, walking with video, recording video, and even low light photography. The optic stabilization actually helps you take better photos because it doesn't have that shake and everything. So it's actually, to me, it's one of those Trojan horse things. Like, you don't think about it, you hear it's a better camera, but that's what's making the camera that much better. It's not the megapixels, it's not anything else. It's actually that feature, and I think it's going to be huge. And although the iPhone may have it, very possible, Samsung is first.
Absolutely. And I was actually using my iPhone today so I had my regular camera taking some clips, but I was using my iPhone as well. And it's just so obvious because, you know, it has optical image stabilization on the regular camera, right? And then I wanted to like zoom in, and as soon as I zoomed in, you could just see all
the micro
and
shapes.
it actually shows like it gives you like that feedback, like this really does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's not that I have these super stable hands, it's that the phone is actually doing the work for me. And so if you're into taking, you know, great photos, low light photos, or videos with your camera, I mean, right now it's probably safe to say there's no better camera than the Note 8 at this moment, at this very moment in time.
We'll see, because like I still think the jury is out when it comes to what's the best camera on a phone. Like I'm not a fan of what Samsung does with pictures, post-processing. And once again, my opinion only, whatever.
And everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, everyone
about
has their
that
own
kind of
opinion.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
I think as far as tech spec, Samsung, yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I think if I had to take one photo, if I had one shot,
Yeah.
one chance, one opportunity in a lifetime to take one photo with
Miles
any
spaghetti.
single, there you go. If I had a chance to take a picture with any phone ever,
Right. Okay.
like say this is the last picture you ever take, whatever,
Right.
it would actually be the Pixel XL. It takes the best portrait still shots you will ever see. Right now, as a cell phone. Doesn't do great with video as far as low light, but if I had to take a picture, it's that. What about for you? What phone would it be to take one picture?
The phone I would take, if I was taking one picture right now, would be the iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay.
With portrait mode turned on.
Okay.
In iOS 11 or above.
Okay.
So people don't really realize this, but portrait mode, which launched last year, has actually been a beta feature. So whenever you switch over to portrait mode, it's actually beta.
Yep.
And in iOS 11, it comes out of beta. And all those weird issues where like some things you take a picture of and it would like blur the actual object as well as the background because it couldn't really find the definition of those lines. Like those things are gone now. Like it looks amazing. Like there was this picture I took. Obviously, it works better in broad daylight. But me and my son, I had someone take a picture of us at
This is New York. We're recording down here.
Hey, we're recording here.
Yeah.
So we were at a park and they took a picture of us, and when we blow it up and we were looking at it on a big screen, like it looked like something that would come out of a DSLR. It was just amazing.
Nice.
So that's what excites me about cameras. Like and Samsung was showing today, so it's not just the iPhone that can do that, but I'm so used to using the iPhone. That's the camera I use. But Samsung was like they've taken it to the next level where using their dual lens system, you could point at something and you can on the fly, there's a slider that lets you choose how much bokeh you want in the photo. How blurry do you want the background to be? Not blurry at all, or like super blurry, or anywhere in between.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like that's the stuff that excites me about cameras these days. Not the actual pixel density, but like these features that allow people who don't really know photography to take great photos.
But then you lead to people who think they are photographers now, and then they're trying to do weddings with an iPhone. They're trying to do, or grandma with the iPad.
That's right.
Why you got that big old camera? My iPad can do
right.
bokeh effect.
Yep.
No, it's it is definitely cool, and I mean having the whole depth of field thing isn't anything as Andru adjusted. Look at that on the fly. That's beautiful, man. That's actually pretty dope.
See,
that's
pretty
dope. That's pretty dope. But that's sort of the thing that a lot of phones been doing now, as far as like the dual lens setup. You take a picture, you can adjust the bokeh and stuff, but doing it live is kind of nice.
Right.
Bill O'Reilly would love that.
And we will leave you with I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Do it live.
We'll do it live.
No.
Bill O'Reilly would love that feature. But yeah, it's Samsung is all about, in my opinion, it's all about innovation. Sometimes they may miss the mark a little bit, whereas Apple is about bringing out polished innovation.
Right.
Sometimes Samsung feels like, hey, this is all this great new tech. We're going to be the first to do it.
Right.
Let's put it in our phone and let's make it work. While Apple, I think, is kind of slower to the punch.
Absolutely.
But usually nails a home run when they do it.
Right.
I think, that's kind of what I see with Samsung. And I think with the Note 8, Note to me has been sort of like the experimental phone a little bit. Like they can take more risk because of the nature of the phone.
Yes.
The phone is a feature-heavy phone. It's a spec-hungry, feature-heavy phone where they can try these new quirky features and stuff.
Right, absolutely.
And the S8 is more of the S line is more of a gradual thing.
It's a mass market phone.
Mass market, very consistent. People expect a certain thing from it.
Right,
So
right.
I generally do get more excited for the Note, knowing that the features that do work or the features that people like will end up in the S line.
Right, right.
As far as the form factor of the Note, what do you think as far as just how it feels in your hand? Like, what do you think
Honestly,
about that?
for me, it's a little too big. That's just me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that like super big phones. Like, I'm super annoyed by my iPhone 7 Plus, like as far as the size goes.
Okay.
Like, I hate the size of my device. It's my device of choice, and I just hate the form factor. I can't wait for the next iPhone, the iPhone 8 with like bigger display but much smaller actual device. I cannot wait for that. So the Note 8 just to me feels so big and cumbersome in the hand. Like the features are great, but I don't want to be annoyed by my device. You know what I mean? It's like it feels like a trade-off that I don't really enjoy.
Yeah. So I returned my S8 Plus and went with the normal S8.
Okay.
And normally I'm a larger phone guy, but for some reason the phone was just difficult to hold for me. And reaching to the top of the phone, I didn't have that smooth thumb. I really had to like shift the phone. And that bothered me, and there was times where I thought I was going to drop the phone if I didn't drop it.
Don't want to drop it.
And it's kind of unwieldy. And like the Note is taller than the S8 Plus. And it feels like I'm in Zelda, like it's a shield. I'm like holding it up, you know. It's just, I mean,
it's a brick.
To me, it's too much. I'm definitely going to get the Note 8.
Sure.
I want to use it. I want to
That's
love it.
That's the nature of the beast. We have to get these phones.
I want to love it.
I
want to enjoy it. I want to really have it in my daily driver. But I have a feeling that I'm going to go to the Pixel 2 the day it comes out. I just think that due to the size, the form factor, and everything, it's easier in my hand. That's kind of where I'm at. And also the fingerprint placement. I mean, the fingerprint scanner is now even higher up now.
Yeah.
It's even hard to get to, as the S8 Plus was very hard to get to.
You have to like use two hands to safely get to the fingerprint reader.
That's not good.
I don't know. I just don't know. But again, we've only used it very briefly for like, a few minutes.
Yeah, not long at all.
But we know, we wanted to answer some questions. We wanted to give you guys our initial thoughts on the device, especially with all the, the supposed controversy or the curiosity that's out there where people are just kind of scared or unsure about the whole Note line.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. Definitely they say it's going on pre-order pretty soon. So, when this video's out, it may be on pre-order already. The price, every time a new phone comes out, they always say it's around $1,000. And then when they come out, we all feel a little bit better. But it seems like the Note is usually always a little more than the S8.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And I think the S8 was in the mid-8s. I think it was around there. So
and then S8 Plus was a little higher.
Yeah. So I think
we're creeping towards.
Creeping towards $1,000.
$1,000 mark.
Many people aren't buying phones straight out though. They're going through the carrier.
Yeah.
They're getting installments. They're jumping with T-Mobile or whatever the carrier is. So I don't think price is a huge factor.
True.
I mean, a phone is your most important technology device that you do have.
I agree with that.
You can get rid
100%.
of your TV, get rid of everything in your house, but you're going to keep your phone.
I 100%
So,
agree.
if people don't mind spending extra money for it, paying $50 a month, $45
They
a
do.
month for it. I'm
It's
saying
like for some reason, people are more willing to buy a $3,000 computer than a $1,500 phone. With a phone, they'll use 10 times as much.
I agree, but I think the people are coming around to it because the carriers got rid of the subsidy now.
Yeah.
And they're really understanding, like, hey, that's gone now. That pay $200, it's your phone. That's gone.
Right.
That whole situation is gone. So I don't know. I think the Note's going to be a great phone. I think if you're a fan of Samsung, I think that's just the next evolution for you, especially if you like the Note line. If you have an S8. There's absolutely no reason to go to the Note unless the S8 Plus is not big enough for you. But everything else is good.
James CL.
Yeah, he's going to buy 3 of them and still return them still. The S Pen is definitely a cool feature. I don't find myself using the S Pen too much, but I do like the memo. When the screen is off, you can still write. Yeah. I did use that a lot, actually. Jotting down something very quick. Also, when I'm at work in meetings, I have an excuse to take my phone and I can, whatever.
That's good.
I'm on my phone, whatever. So that's what I think. What about you?
Yeah, final thoughts from me. I'm all about that camera. Super excited about the new dual lens and how Samsung's using it with that. You can play around with the depth of field. And I'm also excited about the 6 gigabytes of RAM because I always feel like Samsung phones just need more power.
Yeah.
So, 2 extra gigabytes of RAM over last year's devices. That's what really sticks out for me because I'm really all about the camera. The software, Android is Android. You've got the skin on top of it, but Android is Android to me. You can kind of, take it or leave it with whatever device you have.
Yeah.
So just give me more power, give me better cameras. I'm a happy guy.
I hope 6 gigabytes of RAM fixes the lag issue, but sadly, I think it's software. I don't think it's hardware. I don't think hardware is their issue, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, we're wrapping up. It's been almost
Yes.
20 minutes now. We want to give you guys some unscripted, candid conversation about the
Absolutely.
Note. We drifted a little bit, but I want to know what you guys think about this video. Do you guys like this content?
Comment.
Do you guys like anything like this? If so, we can actually make something, maybe a podcast or something.
Make something happen regularly.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit. So anyways, guys, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja.
I'm Andrew Edwards.
He's the editor-in-chief of GearLive.com.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And I'm just a dude who works on his basement and does flooring. So
That's it.
be looking out for my DIY channel for home improvement things. But anyways,
Bob Vila.
Mr. Bob Vila. I'm the Black Bob Vila. Anyways, guys, we're signing off, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace out.